Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shah, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shah, Call Allah Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Rakah Kwadash. All right, man, that's who this world ignorantly calls God and Jesus Christ in the ancient Paleo Hebrew tongue. You know, first I like to give double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and teach real well. I also like to give a big shout out to the head of the Men of Israel camp, the Ak Kazak, who I also teach under out here in Greenville, South Carolina. I also like to give a shout out to the Akim across the four corners of the earth that's out here pushing and teaching 100% truth under the umbrella of GMS. You know, the 100% truth across the four corners of the earth and with truth and sincerity, man. And then I would also like to give a shout out to the very few Akwaf that believe, man. To y'all, like to say shalom. All right, it's your it's the Ak back with another video through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemiel Shah, man. But going into this time, you know, I was having a conversation with the Ak Aliyah the other day, and we were just, you know, going over scriptures and going into you know, prophecy, just chopping it up, you know. But it came to mind in our conversation, Salakian with the Ak Aliyah and the Ak Anah, you know. But we were us three were talking, and it came up while we were going over scriptures, man. And I was just thinking, like, and let me say this first, Salakian. This video is, I'm gonna make separate, probably. This video I'm gonna go into. Well, the first right now, what I'm talking about is the elect. Right now, I'm talking about the elect. I'm only talking about the elect right now. If you are striving, brothers out here, the Akim out here that's striving, you know, and pushing this truth, you know, or who are truly striving to be in the elect, I'm talking to you, man. If you are, you know, if you're trying to make it, I'm gonna be talking to you later on in the video, and then I'm gonna get into a little bit of 2/3 later on, right? But and right now I'm talking about the elect, man. So the topic of this right now in this part of the video, the topic is as you can see by the title is, are you gonna make cuts? All right. Now, to give you a better understanding of why, you know, I came up with that title, are you gonna make cuts, is because I thought back to while we were talking about scriptures. I took that and I thought back to back in my younger days, you know, when I would go you know, basketball, whatever, whatnot. I'm just the basketball, football, whatever, whatnot, right? You had to go through tryouts, right? But then, you know, in tryouts, well, I'm going to speak on basketball for an example. In tryouts, you had two, sometimes you can have two, sometimes you can have three. But you got 2 to 3 cuts in tryouts, man. You know? And I thought about it in this truth. You got cuts as well. But I'm not talking about, you know, scriptures. Yeah, the scriptures cut. But I'm talking about as far as making it. That's why right now I'm specifically talking about the elect. Right? You got brothers who are basically right now, this is our tryout era. Basically, to try out to see if we can make it. To make it onto the team of the elect. Now, the elect is the army. I'm not talking about the 1/3. I'm talking about the army right now, the elect. Well, technically the 1/3 is the elect as well. But I'm talking about the army. Let me just bring it in similar terms. I'm talking about the army, right? Who's going to come back, you know, and fight with Yahweh Shemiel Shah, right? So I'm talking about if you're brothers who are striving to be a part of the 144,000. Put it like that. I'm talking to you right now. And this is like our tryout era, right? So as you can see by the title, are you going to make cuts? Are you going to make the cut to be a part of that group, a part of that team? Are you doing what you need to do to be a part of the team? Do you have the faith? Is your faith where it needs to be a part of that team? See, when you're trying out, when you're going with basketball, the coaches look at all of that. They look at, you know, your skill set, you know, how can you handle the ball, you know, How can you contribute your team? How can you get the ball movement, the flow, the flow in the, you know what I'm saying, of the team. Is the team flowing together? They look at all of this. That's the same thing that Yahweh Shem Yahushua is looking at within us. That's the same thing, man. He's looking at, okay, is your faith? Where's your faith? What are you doing? Charity. Are you able to, are you gathering, and searching right now? Because we're still currently supposed to be, pushing, teaching this truth, to reach the elect. We don't know who's a part of the elect, but we're supposed to be. That's why we're supposed to be out here teaching and preaching this truth, man, to gather the elect, right? So that's what I'm saying. That's the point. That's the to give you a better understanding of the title. Are you gonna make cuts, man? Are you in the position you need to be in to make cuts, man? Is your faith where it needs to be to make cuts, man? Because truthfully, honestly, it's necessarily going to all come down. It's all going to boil down to, just like, okay, let me go back to basketball terms. It's all going to boil down to how do you flow with the team, right? Now think about it, as far as making it out of here, where's your faith at with the team being the Army? You got some brothers' faith whose faith meter is up crazy. You got some brothers' faith meter who is down low. You got some brothers' faith meters who's in the middle. You know what I mean? Because it's all going to boil down to that, really. So are you equipped enough to make the cuts, man? So right now, what I'm going to go into is how I was talking about earlier about the how I was saying, I was talking with the Akim about how it's only 12,000 from each tribe. And if you think about it, bro, it's a lot. It's a lot of Israel out here, man. It's a lot of Israel out here. So, and if you really think about it, 12,000 is not really a lot when you look at Israel, man. 12,000 is not a lot, man. Right? So that's what I'm about to get into right now. As far as the 144,000. Right? So I'm going to start at this Revelation 7, this verse 4. All right, and it says, and I heard the number of them which were sealed, right? The elect is going to be sealed, man. The army, the 144,000 is going to be sealed, right? And there were sealed 144,000 of all tribes of Israel, right? Because the elect, or the 144,000 will consist of all 12 tribes, right? So out of the tribe of Judah were sealed 12,000. Out of the tribe of Reuben were sealed 12,000. Yes, out of the tribe of Reuben was sealed 12,000. Out of the tribe of Gad was sealed 12,000. Out of the tribe of Asher was sealed 12,000. Out of the tribe of I mess this word up every time. Naphtali. I mess it up every time, but you can see it right here in verse 6. We're still 12,000. Out of the tribe of Manasseh was still 12,000. Out of the tribe of Simeon was sealed. Of the tribe of Simeon were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Levi was sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Issachar was sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Zebulun was sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Joseph was sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Benjamin was sealed 12,000. Was sealed 12,000. Right? So that's a part of the army. So each tribe, like I just read, from verse 4 to verse 8, each 12 tribe is going to be 12,000. So if you line all that up, it's going to come all into 144,000. And that's who's going to come back with Yahushua and fight. So brothers who are striving to do that, brothers who are striving to be a part of that, ultimately we don't know. Let me make that clear. We don't know. You know, we don't know who's going to make it, who's not going to make it. We don't know. We don't know what position we're going to be in. But the point of the video is, are you going to make it? Are you going to make the cuts, period? You know what I mean? If you're striving to be, you know, a part of the army, you know, are you in a position to feel like you can make the cut for that? If you're striving to be a part just to make it, are you doing enough to make the cuts for that, right? Because once again, like I said, we all know the 144,000 is going to come back and fight, but it's also going to be that great multitude which can't be numbered, and that's going to be the 1/3, right? So ultimately, are you going to make it? Is the point of the video, man. Are you in a position right now to make it? Because if you're not in a position right now to make it, you better get there ASAP. Because, bro, we ain't got a lot of time. We do not have a lot of time, man. And I'm exerting that point as much as I can. Are you going to make the cuts? Because we do not have a lot of time, man. The prophecies are starting to kick up, man. The prophecies is already starting to kick up, man. This famine is about to hit. This MOT Slocking, can't say that because of YouTube. The chocolate chip is about to hit, man. All like this stuff is about to hit, man. So when this stuff hit, did you build yourself up? Did you build yourself up enough to where you can make it? Is the point of the video, man. Yes, I threw my little tang on it, you know, are you gonna make cuts? But ultimately, are you gonna make it? Period is really what you need to be looking at. You know, I know some brothers who say, I want to be a part of the army, I want to come back and fight with Yahweh Shai, you know, okay, boom. It's still, the video still hits that point as well. Are you doing enough to make that? But me personally, I just want to make it. You know what I mean? And this is me personally. This is coming from the Bach myself. I just want to make it. I just want to make it. I just want to make it. You know? So I'm talking to myself in this video as well. We all need to be talking to ourselves. Are we doing enough to make it? Are we doing enough to make the cuts? Or matter of fact, real quick before I go into that, let me read verse 9 and 10 real quick. It said 9 is after this I beheld, and lo, a great multitude. This is that 1/3 what I was talking about. This is the 1/3 right here, that great multitude which can't be numbered, right? A great multitude which no man could number, of all nations and kindred, of people and tongues, stood before the throne and before the Lamb. Okay, Yahweh Shai, clothed with white robes and palms in their hands. We all know the Lamb. That's why I said that the Lamb goes into Yahweh Shai, right? Verse 10, and cried with a loud voice, saying, salvation to our power, Yahweh, which sitteth upon the throne. That's talking about Yahweh. And unto the Lamb, Yahweh Shai. Right? So that's right here from verse 4 to verse 10 is completely the 144,000 and the 1/3, right? That's all right here. Right? So then now I got to flip the script on you real quick. So I went into, do you feel like, are you going to make it, you know, as far as the 144,000 and the 1/3, you know, the great multitude, or are you going to make cuts to be a 2/3, man? Let me get that real quick. Just Zechariah, Slakia. Zechariah 13 and 8. It says, and it should come to pass that in all the land, saith Yahweh, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the 3rd part shall be left therein. And I will bring the 3rd part through the fire, and really, the point is verse 8. Let me just stick there. Let me stick with the point, because I ain't got a lot of time. And it shall come to pass, Zechariah 13:8, and it shall come to pass that in all of the land, saith Yahweh, 2 parts therein should be cut off and die. That 2 parts is that 2/3, man. Are you going to make the cuts to become to be a 2/3, man? You got to ask yourself that too. Because you got brothers who getting kicked out the camps. You got brothers who's truly not sincere. You got brothers who just want a brotherhood, so they're not really doing it for this truth. They just want a brotherhood. You know what I mean? You got, like I said, you got brothers getting kicked out of camps. This is not the time for that, man. This is not the time to be getting kicked out of a camp. Especially if you're following Great Millstone. Great Millstone is what 100% truth is at. And if you're getting kicked out of camps that follow Great Millstone, that's a problem with you. Ultimately, so right now, you're damn near making cuts to be a 2/3, man. But once again, you can get kicked out, man, and the Lord can have you strive 10 times harder, man, and you know what I mean? But here, that's neither here nor there. But what I'm saying is, are you making the cuts to be a 2/3, really? Because you can be doing that. You can be doing that, man. So that's the point of the video. That's the point that I've been making this whole time, man. What are you making? Really, what are you making cuts for? That's what I'll probably name the video. What are you making cuts for? And when I say cuts, like I said at the beginning of the video, going into where are you going? Are you going to make the cut for the 144,000? Are you going to make the cuts for the great multitude, the 1/3, or are you going to make cuts for the 2/3, man? Hey, that definitely was call all your how about Shmi Shah for that great, not great, but that was a beautiful breakdown. I didn't even plan to go into like that, but that's how the Spirit works, man. The Spirit just took over and went, you know. But that I feel through the Spirit, that was a beautiful breakdown of that. What are you making cuts for? 144,000. Great multitude, the 1/3. Are you making cuts for the 2/3, man? You know. But with that, I'm gonna go ahead and end it. Got to get back over here. But Yahweh Ratazah, I'll be back tomorrow with another video. You know, we'll come through with something through the Spirit. But with that, man, I'm gonna go ahead and end it, man. Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shah, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shah. Call Allah Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Rakak Wadash, man. A wild double ball death to this place, man. But once again, man, ask yourself, Akim out here, that say they're truly doing this, what are you making cuts for, man? What are you making the cuts for? And with that, I'm gonna end it, man. Shalom, 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 man. Keep the